so proudly we hail, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
What's going on, guys? Hey, Repeat back with you. It's Saturday night. That means it's time for the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series tonight, live from the Pocono Mountains. Welcome aboard. All right, so qualifying already underway. We're going to go ahead and bring up your tower and bring up every bit of your information. We're going to try to catch up with a few of these drivers as well. In fact, let's try to catch up with the one and only Dakota Bryan as he's out here. Go ahead and putting down his lap. Let's catch up with this. I believe this is No Gas Racing number 53. One of the few Toyotas actually in the field right now, coming off of turn one, heading down the backstretch, heading to hashtag what turn 4 after this little tunnel turn. Very, very long, 2.5 mile track in the middle of the Pocono Mountains. Actually a really, really nice track. Been here several times, and as long as you sit at about row 15 on up, you can see quite a bit of this place. I was here for Jimmy Johnson's long ride to the turn 1 wall when his brakes failed, and a few others I know were here when the same thing happened to Gordon and a few others, that have had some issue, as Dakota Bryan is going to go ahead and log in P number 2. While we're watching the 53 go ahead and take his second lap, let's actually go ahead and bring up your race info, show you what we got going on right now. And here you go. So again, 2.5 miles of Pocono Raceway. Looks like they've got about 82 degree air temp and a track temperature of about 113 degrees. So it's gonna be pretty interesting out here for these guys tonight, as you continue to see Dakota putting down his second lap. Caleb Shelton right now still on the pole. Scratch that. Zach Deutscher just went ahead and put up his fastest lap, and that continues to go on through. And it looks like so far it's going to be this number 73 Pepsi machine for Caleb Shelton with the fastest lap. So that keeps on shifting as these guys continue to take their times. Let's scroll on down, see if we can't catch up with the one and only 45 driver in this Toyota for Austin Moore. This looks like is his get up to speed lap. Let's go ahead and clear all that out and get ready to, basically just keep up with these guys. Hopefully everybody out there is doing well. We are now 2 weeks in past the holiday season, and oh, by the way, this race marks halfway through the regular season. Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and pull up the season for you, show you what we've got left as far as the regular season, and then where we'll end up going into the postseason. But let's go ahead and show you where everybody's at right there on your scoring pylon. So as far as your actual season, the wrong one. That's not it. There we go. Be in our schedule. There we go. So tonight, Pocono. Next week, we are going short track racing at North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race, followed by Daytona, Atlanta, the Charlotte Roval, and then New Hampshire. Nice little mix of tracks right there. North Wilkesboro short, Daytona, of course, wide open. Atlanta, I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the old or the new Atlanta. I'm not quite sure if they're going to go plate racing 2 weeks in a row, followed by a road course, and then the Magic Mile up in New Hampshire. So you find out who's going to go ahead and win the lobster that Denny Hamlin was so afraid of when it was his turn. All right, let's go ahead when he won the race, rather. So it looks like Austin Moore, he's going to go ahead and clock in at P number 4. And it looks like he was the last one out there right now. Yep. So that is going to be it. Let's go ahead and clear all that again. Let's go ahead and take a look at your grid as we get ready for these cars to line on up and get going to get gone. All right, so it looks like on the pole is going to be Brandon Moore in his number 47 with a time of 53.504. Cameron Smith to his outside in his number 9, less than a tenth behind. Zach Deutscher, P number 3 in his 88, with Austin Moore in his number 45 to round out row number 2. Caleb Shelton in that number 73. He's going to be P number 5. Skylar Sixton, and then double deuce, P6. P7 is going to be the 78 of Dion Johnson, with Matthew Hunsaker in his 37 to round out row 4, sitting P8. P9, talking about Philip Bridgman in his number 48. P10 is going to be Randy Coaching in his number 5. Then P11 is going to be James Ryan in his double 5. P12 is going to be Dakota Bryan in his 53. P13 talking about Jacob Delgado in his number 29 to round out row number 7, talking about the 49 of William Baker. Kyle Heath in his number 13 is going to start P15. P16 is going to be the 23 of B&R owner Brian Huntley Jr. for P16. Again, around out row 8. Row 9, talking about James Sellner in his 43, with Justin Steves in his 51 to his outside. Josh Small III in his 28, P19. P20 is going to be Richard Johns Sr. 21st is going to be Jim Coleman'sberger in his number 11. To round out row number 11 is going to be Jason Adams in his number 24. Richard Thomas in his 86, P23. P24 is going to be Aaron Bradford. Let's see here. And it looks like Looks like, yep, that looks like that is actually going to be the field. So we're going to have 24 star-studded Cup drivers out here to tackle this tricky triangle. Try saying that fast 5 times. So Brandon Moore is going to go ahead and lead them off behind that iRacing pace car. And yeah, get the cars up to temp and get ready, get going to put half of the regular season in the books. Let's go ahead and clear that away for you. And man, what a great race this is going to be. Go ahead and bring up your track map as well as the rest of the information that you're going to need all night long. Great aerial shot from above the stands, kind of zoomed in on the field as they go down that somewhat long backstretch, heading into the tunnel turn number 2, where I'm sure we'll definitely see some issues tonight. And then, yeah, get into turn 4, where Barney the Flagman will go ahead and set them loose as you see them all starting to catch back up to each other, get back double file, and get ready to set this thing off. 80 laps tonight from the Pocono Mountains. Can't wait to see who grabs that W. Next week we'll start posting some points and all that for you guys. That way you can keep up with where your favorite driver is for the rest of the regular season and when everything somewhat resets going into the postseason. All right, so there you see Barney's got the green flag in hand. Let's get ready to set these guys free. Green flag's out. Let's go. All right, so it looks like Cameron Smith going to be the first one to lead a lap and lead get the point for leading that lap in this shiny blue Napa number 9. Zach Deutscher right now sitting P number 2 with Brandon Moore P3. Our pole sitter now down 2 spots. So a long way to go. I'm not sure if I said 100 laps or if I said 80 laps before, but either way, a lot of laps here to knock this out. 200 miles will complete this race this evening, and definitely want to say welcome aboard and thanks everybody for coming out. Definitely appreciate it. All right, chat. Let me know, who do y'all have on? Who's gonna go ahead and grab the W this tonight, as you start to see these guys getting very, very spread out, as just these first 3 laps are now complete. Let's go ahead and actually jump on board with Zach Deutscher. He just ran the fastest lap of the race so far, posting a 54.45. Probably had just a little bit of help there with that draft, as you watch him go all the way up to the wall and basically just letting that car eat. So he's not putting too much wheel into it. You see the 73 of Caleb Shelton back here trying to pass the 45 on the inside. Had to check up just a little bit, and you see the double deuce. He's going to go ahead and open that wheel wide and just take it to the outside. 37 right behind him, and yeah, great little battle back here. I was going to jump in the cockpit with Zach Deutscher, and I think I still will now that little battle has has ran its course. And just as I say that, Brandon Moore went ahead and ran the fastest time right there. So we'll go ahead and jump on board with him, see how he's going to finish off this lap. And just as I say that, what do you know? We got a battle side by side for the lead. Nine not giving up on the outside, 88 of Deutscher. He might just be testing the waters here to see what kind of weaknesses the 9 has. But it looks like the 88 might have taken too much or a little bit of a lower line right there and had to check up. But coming up and off the corner, Deutscher challenging to the inside. 9's going to be able to retain the lead that time. But what's it going to be going into turn number 1? Deutscher right now with the lead. 9 still fighting back hard on the outside. Wow, you actually hear him shifting. I mean, I knew that they were shifting. I just didn't think it was right there. I really thought it would have been here through turn 3. Hashtag what turn 4. I really thought it would have been coming off at 3, not at the tunnel turn. And there you see, actually, I guess he did because he just shifted again. Alrighty then. There you go. You hear it again. Zach Deutscher going all the way down to the bottom, trying to break the draft and doing one hell of a job. So, very, very long conga line of bump and run cup cars here at Pocono. You know, well, since we got this pretty decent green flag field with a lot of separation between, for the most part. Actually, scratch that. I'll wait a moment to go through the field. Look at this battle here for P number 4. You got the double deuce of Skylar Sigston to the inside, 37 now behind, 45 of Austin Moore right where he started. Nothing lost, nothing gained for this 45 McDonald's Money Lion Toyota TRD Camry. And it looks like now, 22's got a huge run coming up and off, going to try to pass the 45 to the inside, maybe absolutely go ahead and throw it in going into turn number 1. Everybody's still pretty much on the same part of the track. Everybody now going into turn 1. How about a little bit of trivia for everybody that's out there in chat? There are 3 separate tracks that Pocono Raceway is modeled after. Turn 1 is modeled after one track. Turn 2 after another, and then turn 3 after one more. What are the 3 tracks that Pocono Raceway is modeled after? I won't play the Jeopardy theme for you. I won't put that much pressure on you. But go ahead. Let's see who already knows. And then for extra credit, who owns the track and what is his or her profession? Or actually, I'll put it this way. What was his or her profession? Caleb Shelton and Matthew Hunsaker still not completely sorted out between themselves. Now it looks like they might have got there, and just as I say that, Brandon Moore up here in this 47, he's continuing to put the pressure on Zach Deutscher in that 88. And the 45 now of Austin Moore, he's continuing to work his way forward. Everybody right now still chasing that number 9 Napa Know-How machine for Cameron Smith. Let's go ahead and actually go through the field as we normally try to do, since it looks like we've got a little bit more separation than we've had in the past. So let's go ahead and bring these guys up, show you what beautiful liveries, what beautiful schemes these guys got, and we'll go through the field. So again, number 9 of Cameron Smith up 1 spot, so started P2 on the night. Right now leading the field with Zach Deutscher from Kewanee, Wisconsin. Depressed, crazy, and possibly insane, but the man absolutely knows how to wield a race car. Brandon Moore right now sitting P3, down 2 spots from Johnson City, Tennessee, and his Bass Pro Shops Black Rifle Camaro. It's a beautiful paint scheme, gotta say. Austin Moore right now sitting P4. Looks like got a little bit of a battle right behind, 73-37. Just as we get onto this 45, 73 is going to be able to take the high line and get on by. That's going to be Caleb Shelton getting on by Waxahachie, Texas's Austin Moore. He's a Texas hockey fan. Go Stars. 73, like we were just talking about, for Caleb Shelton out of Greenfield, Indiana. Now up 1 spot after starting P number 5. 37, which we saw working with that 73 for Matt Hunsaker and his iRacing machine. So far, up 3, and yeah, he's doing all right. How about this double deuce Tiffany and Company Ford Mustang GT for Skylar Sixton from Mansfield, Texas? He says he races for beer and entertainment. Why not? The 5 HendrickCars.com machine for Randy Koching. I'm gonna guess. I haven't asked this guy exactly how to pronounce his last name just yet. I promise you, I will get it right. Philip Bridgman back here in this number 48. A quick total cleaning machine from Ontario, Canada. One of I believe he's actually the sole Canadian in the field as he gets on by the 45 down low. Austin Moore, we just talked about him a moment ago. That's who just went up high. Then we've got the number 43 Ford Mustang GT for James Sellner Jr. Up 7 spots already, up to P number 10 from Peoria, Illinois. Well, all right. Kyle Heath back here in this Me Marie Designs machine. This guy all but put on one hell of a clinic last week, and man, I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, this track wasn't one of his best or wasn't one of his favorites. So we'll have to see what kind of finish he gets here tonight. Dion Johnson, I believe that's Australian in the field, in this number 78 Jack Daniels machine. So far he is down 6 spots, so not exactly the start that he'd like. But again, long way to go, only working lap 13. Jim Coleman'sberger in this number 11. It's finger looking good. KFC looks like Camaro from Parlin, New Jersey. All right, I'll have to ask him right where that's at. Richard John Sr. in this number 8 Lenovo machine from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's part of Rowdy Nation, and it's going to be interesting to see what cars Rowdy has in his new ride at Richard Childress Racing. But right now, Richard John's sitting P15, up 5 spots so far in his Camaro. Jacob Delgado back here in this number 29 Ally machine, and you just saw that Wrangler kind of creep on into the picture, coming up to the rear end of this Camaro. We'll have to see how that all works, but so far Delgado down 3 spots, sitting P16. Aaron Bradford, here's that 95. Man, I absolutely love this Wrangler throwback from Frankfort, Kentucky, up 8 spots, sitting P16. And hey, with so much racing left to go, he's got plenty of time to continue to work his way through the field. Jason Adams back here in this number 24 Jeff Gordon DuPont machine, up 4 spots, sitting P18, right behind Jacob Delgado, and right in front of this guy, Justin Steves in this Ghost number 51, down one spot after starting P18. And, Pocono does not suit everybody's driving style. It's actually a pretty tough track to get a hold of. James Bryan right now in this 55, part of No Gas Racing. You got his teammate right behind him in the 53, but James Bryan from Ball Ground, Georgia. Dakota Bryan, on the other hand, 53, also from Ball Ground, Georgia. James Bryan, Dakota Bryan, guessing brothers, cousins, whichever, father, son, who knows. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, right now, nose to tail around this 2.5 mile tricky triangle. Josh Small back here sitting P28, down 3 spots from Beverly, West Virginia. Looking pretty good in this Boys RV Supercenter machine. Actually, pretty clean scheme. Little busy, but not too bad. Kind of like it. Thomas Richards, rather, back here in this number 86 Races machine. He started 23rd, still P23. So nothing gained, nothing lost. Just being consistent. And he's still right with the pack. He just needs a break. And then last but not least, the 49 Ford Mustang GT for William Baker from Bradenton. He is the last guy on the track, way in the back, just now coming off of turn number 3 and at the start stripe. So he needs some help to get back into the draft, get back racing with everyone else in his NASCAR Hall of Fame. Looks like Ford Mustang GT. So that's going through the field. Big welcome to everybody that just joined, whether you're out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or through iRock TV on Roku. Whether it's on a Roku TV or a Roku streaming device, welcome aboard. Glad you're here. Grab a seat, grab your favorite beverage, maybe some popcorn, whichever. We're going to bring it back up to the front and get back to racing with some of these guys. All right. So it looks like the 9 is still leading, still has the 88 of Zach Deuscher right behind, and as these tires have wore off, so has the space between these cars. Now we have a little bit more of a challenge. 73 challenging to the inside of the 47 right now. 47 is going to have no choice but to give up the spot. And here comes the double deuce now. Decent little run for him up and off the corner. Again, that's Skylar Sigston throwing it inside. Try to keep up. Yeah, 4 tires are better than 2, and we're going to take it 3 wide. Thought better of it. He's going to stay double file down this long straightaway. 13 says, nah, I got to go. He's got a whole lot of lane down low. What is going to happen when Kyle Heath gets to the end? Had to kind of give up the ghost. 22 though, he's not done fighting. See the 37 behind, and he's got some drafting help. You see the 88 of Zach Deuscher up there in kind of a challenge for P number 2, right ahead of this number 47 Black Rifle Camaro for Brandon Moore. But a hell of a battle right now for the lead, first, second, and third. Well, since nobody out there in chat took a guess, scratched out, got a challenge for the lead here. 73 is going to go ahead and throw it to the inside of the 9-9. Going to try maybe a little bit of a crossover. Give that 73 a little bit of a bump coming up off the corner. Could not carry the momentum. New leader. Can he carry it to the start stripe? Looks like 9's going to try to go ahead and throw it inside. I don't think he's going to have the speed. 73 should be able to get back in the throttle just a little bit sooner. Yep, 73 in that Pepsi Camaro. He's going to be able to go ahead and lead this lap. So new leader, Caleb Shelton, up 4 spots to bring it up to P number 1. Cameron Smith back where he started. Same thing for driver 88, Zach Deutscher. He started P3, currently running P number 3. This is riding with the nose can for Skylar Sixton. Right behind that, that number 13 for Kyle Heath. 47 now to his outside. But this is where Skylar's actually going to drop back just a little bit because he now has no draft whatsoever. 13, he's going to go ahead and try to pull side by side with the 88 of Deutscher. And let's take a look here. So far, it's saying that he's clear. Deutscher, though, to his outside, had to let up. Otherwise, he would have had a good chance at knocking down the turn 2 wall. Big run for the 13. 9 saw that in his rear view and said, hey, man, you go ahead. All right, so now this 13 starting to gain a little bit of momentum, working lap 22 out of 80. No stages in this Cup Series for the bump and run Cup cars. And right now, this 13 really looks like he might have been able to save just a little bit to work his way on through the field. And just like last week, he wants to get on up there, lead some laps, because clean air is absolutely king. Camaro's right now taking over the top 3 spots. Caleb Shelton, Kyle Heath, and Zach Deutscher. Ford Mustang GT for Skylar Sixton sitting P4. And then another Camaro, the 47 of Brandon Moore, holding down P number 5. Here, I tell you what, if you're a big fan of the manufacturers, I'll go ahead and I'll show you exactly which Toyotas, which Chevys, and which Fords are where. There you go. You see the leaders there at the top of the screen really starting to check out. 73 of Caleb Shelton still leading. 13 has absolutely tracked him down. The 13 was with all these guys until he kicked in the nitrous and away he went. Skylar Sixton in the 22. He's also starting to gain a little bit of time on Brian Huntley, now up 12 spots, sitting P number 4. I'm going to guess green flag pit stops have started, and I've missed it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, green flag pit stops now underway. Looks like so far, Randy Coaching and William Baker have been the only ones to come on down pit road, right along with this guy here, James Selner. They pit on lap 22 and lap 17, respectively. And Caleb Shelton now in his number 73 down pit road. So that's going to hand everything over to Kyle Heath in this 13, and he's not going to want to stay out there too much longer. I mean, yeah, he's got a great gap back to P number 2 of Skylar Sigston and Brian Huntley for P number 3, but he doesn't want to give up too much time. He wants to get in as soon as possible, throw 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods on this car, come on back out, because the more he gives the 73 time on track with 4 new tires, that's more time that the 13 is literally giving away, because everything feels super. You feel like Superman when it comes to when it comes to 4 freshies. 13 coming down now. They see more and more, there you go, more and more starting to file down pit road. Everybody trying to get down to, I believe it's 50 mile an hour here at Pocono. So, yeah, some staying out on track, some coming on in. But for the most part, looks like about half the field is now on pit road. So Skylar Sigston, Cameron Smith, Philip Bridgman, Dakota Bryan, James Bryan, and Justin Steves are now your leaders. This is not a battle for position. 22 kind of tracked down the 95. 95 right now is way back in P19, as the 22 is going to go ahead and hit pit lane this time by. When he does that, looks like Cameron Smith in the 9, he's going to come down behind him as well. So is the 48 of Bridgman, trying to completely lock up this 48, get down to pit road speed. That's going to hand everything over to the 53 of No Gas Racing of Dakota Bryan. James Bryan right behind him as well. These guys have not yet come on down pit road. Looks like James Bryan might have come on down on lap number 1, maybe just to do a little bit of topping off or what. I'm not 100% sure, or might have had to start from pit road. I don't know, but either way, Dakota Bryan and James Bryan right now is racing 1-2 with Justin Steves in the fifth in this 51, sitting P number 3. Caleb Shelton back here in P4. That is the 73. This is the first guy that hit pit road. All right, let's go ahead and jump on board with Kyle Heath. He's right now still sitting P number 2. Dakota Bryan, James Bryan, and Justin Steves just hit pit road, so that will complete a round of green flag pit stops. Working lap 28 now, as they just came across the start stripe out of 80. So still a long way to go. And I'm actually kind of impressed that the cars are not more spread out than they already are. Usually, cars getting on a pit road, carrying max amount of speed, somebody's gonna speed. Holding a steady pace on pit road, getting to your box, not sliding through, not having to back up, no issues, and then getting out of the box with as little wheel spin as possible to execute a great pit stop. Still looks like half the field is on the same half of the track. But like I said, let's go ahead and jump on board with Kyle Heath, see exactly what he's doing in this number 13, and turn a lap or two with him. If y'all got a surround sound system out there, go ahead and crank it up. Why not? All right, so yeah, a couple laps there going around with Kyle Heath. Kind of spreading it out just a little bit. Getting a little bit of the sights and sounds of the Pocono Mountains. Just as I say that, 73, you heard it right there. You heard him kind of bounce off the wall just a bit. I don't think it's going to really hurt this machine too much. These cars are extremely resilient. I mean, you actually heard it. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at the right front of his Camaro. See if there's any damage whatsoever. I'm going to guess no. Yeah, not even a scratch. Let's take a look at the right rear if we can. Yeah, no issues there at all. So that Pepsi can completely intact and everything's looking all right. Nothing going on the left side either. Yeah, that Pepsi can has been left unopened. All right, so let's kind of go through the field again and see if we can't find any great battles right now. First and second kind of staying as they've been with about a good half second between them. Caleb Shelton still leading. Kyle Heath P number 2, and I apologize, I never took the car logo away and put it back to the gap. Here you go. Why didn't somebody out there in chat yell at me? I tell you. Thanks for the respect, right? All right, so P1, P2, again, staying very, very close to each other. Zach Deuscher, he's a good 5 seconds behind that battle in this number 88. Then he's got Brian Huntley back here in this number 23, sitting P number 4. So Brian Huntley right now is a driver with the second most amount of moves, or tied, I should say, for the most amount of moves in this field. Up 12 spots, right along with James Sellner in this number 43. So both of those guys up 12 spots. Kyle Heath still up the most in P2, sitting up third. Oh, we got a wreck right behind these guys. Caution's going to be out. Randy Coaching and one other heavily damaged in that inside wall. Let's go back and we caught a glimpse of it while live, but let's actually go back and find out how that started. Oh, let's actually stop that right there. Let's go ahead and rewind it because it seems like there was some contact even before. So all right, let's play it from here. So you see the 47 down low, 5 is up high. 5 kind of pinching the 47 down a little bit. Looks like 5 maybe getting a little loose. Yeah, having to steer a little bit more. Otherwise, he would have plowed that outside wall and just nowhere at all for that iRacing car to go and avoid him. So very, very unfortunate. But yeah, that's going to put us under our first caution of the night. Caleb Shelton still leading, Kyle Heath and Zach Deuscher to round out your top 3. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so once the pit stops are done, if Caleb Shelton is still our leader, we'll try to go ahead and bring him on up to the booth and see if we can't chat with him. Actually, I don't see where Caleb Shelton is available to chat, so we might have to pick somebody else. So we'll see. Right now, Kyle Heath is running P number 2, and he is available to chat, sitting in the BFR Motorsports Team Com channel. So we'll see if we can't maybe get a hold of him. But I imagine every single driver will come on down pit road right here. Coming off turn number 4. About to see them all flash by. There we go. I would imagine the only driver that would stay out right here is one that is 1 or more laps down, because they can't pit here. They got to pit on the next lap. And you just saw that that car go flying on by the pace car going into turn 1 right now. There you go. All right, so Caleb Shelton, Zach Deutscher, the 47. Zach looks like he might have overshot his pit just a tad. So let's see who beats who coming off pit road. 22 so far. Looks like it's going to be the 22. So let's see if maybe we can find Skyler and see if we can't have a quick word with him. All right, there's Skyler Sixton sitting down there in Marley Motorsports. All right. Skyler, it's repeat up in the booth, bud. You got that double deuce now sitting in the front, up 5 spots after a great pit stop. Can you keep this track position? It seems like you've shown moments of muscle throughout the first 35 laps or so.
Oh yeah, no, I think I can do what it takes. A little strategy here and there. I feel comfortable with this track. Just again holding my ground. That's definitely going to be a key. See what it takes. I've been in this position before. I'm just going to hold my ground. See what happens.
Well, but that Tiffany and Company Ford Mustang GT, we'll have to see just how much you sparkle and shine, as you're going to have every bit of clean air on the nose of that pony. The 13 right behind you, he's going to start to your outside. He's been very, very strong as well, especially on the long run. Brian Huntley, he's up 13 spots right along with James Sellner. In fact, second, third, and fourth are all up 13 spots on the night so far. I definitely wish you a whole lot of luck. I'll get you back down with Marley and Company to prepare for the restart at the end of this lap. Good luck. Go get him. Keep the shiny side up, sir.
Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, so we got him back down in Team Comms. Chat, what would y'all have chosen right here? Would you have chosen the inside? Would you have chosen the outside here at Pocono? I would imagine being able to throw it into turn number 1 and trying to guide it along that yellow line on the bottom is probably the preferred line. Or would you prefer maybe being able to get back in the throttle just a little bit on that high side, be up close to that wall where it seems like everybody has wanted to be all race long, and have cars to work with, or cars to draft up on you and maybe give you that little bit of a shove? Either way, we are about to find out. 22, just keeping pace with the pace car. 13 to his outside. Again, the 23 of Brian Huntley, and then the 43 of James Sellner Jr. Caleb Shelton rounding out the top 5, sitting in P number 5 in his Camaro. Six Strings says outside setting up P2. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. And welcome aboard, sir. Cameron Racing, thank you very much for the follow on the Twitch side. Definitely appreciate it. So here we go. The pace car is off. Barney's got the flag. Green flag. Let's go. Bit of a challenge right now for P3, P4, but up front, Skyler Sixton showing that clean air on the nose of that Camaro absolutely meaning the world. Look at this hornet's nest for about 4th on back. 23 of Brian Huntley sitting P5 P4. Caleb Shelton right there with him. 88 of Deutscher, 43, and so many others. A lot of great side-by-side racing right here through the pack. And you said it right along with me, Six String. You want to be on that wall going down the backstretch. They say running the wall here, Auto Club, Michigan, a couple other places like that, it kind of cuts the air resistance off your car, and it helps you go just a little bit faster. Not quite sure if that's the exact reason, but everybody always seems to migrate up towards the wall on these long straightaway tracks. By the way, speaking of long straightaways, did y'all know that this track has the longest straightaway in all of NASCAR? It's not Talladega or any other track. It is right here at Pocono. And yeah, it is a mammoth track. If you ever get a chance to go, remember, you want to sit about row 15 or higher and able to be able to see every bit of this track. And you definitely want to make sure that if you can't sit there, spend the extra, go a little higher, and get underneath the awning, because here there is no shade. These grandstands bake in the sun all day long. Deutscher and Brian kind of mixing things up just a little bit. Looks like Deutscher's going to be able to take that spot. There you see the 53 no gas racing machine to the inside as well. That's going to be the 53 of Dakota Brian in his Toyota. Going to be able to take that spot. A little bit of a move there. Now to the inside of Huntley. Huntley's going to come on down and take it away. Oh, Six String, I definitely appreciate that. Been broadcasting now for about 3 or 4 years between Twitch, YouTube, new to Twitter, and also new to Roku. So I definitely appreciate that, man, very much. Used to know another guy by the name of String. Back in the Dash for Cash leagues on Xbox console. He's a pretty good guy. All right, so let's take a look. How about old Caleb Shelton right there, just going to Plaid, putting down the fastest lap of the race so far in this number 73 Pepsi machine, putting down a lap of a 54.35. That looks like it's just about a good half a tenth faster than Zach Deutscher earlier in the race. But man, absolutely flying out there. There's only a couple of guys in the threes. Caleb Shelton and Zach Deutscher. Everyone else is in the fives and higher. So couple guys that can get out there and get it done, showing that they can really navigate these very tricky turns, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. Hashtag what turn 4 here from Pocono, as it looks like we also just got past halfway. Working lap 43, about to be 44. There you go. As Kyle Heath in that 13 has been able to get on up there and take the lead from Skylar Sixton. Sixton now all the way back to P number 6, right where he started, and has fallen into the clutches of everyone else. Yeah, another String guy I knew is his tag back then was D4C String. Dash for Cash String. All right. 22, 53, 22 down low. 53, he's going to be able to take the high side momentum and move on up. Oh, 24, just getting turned in the back. That will bring caution number 2 out. And we saw that happen right in front of us. 24 absolutely going, facing the wrong way on the track, trying to catch up with Jason Adams right there. There he is. I'm going to guess he's not too happy. All right, let's go on back up there with Jason Adams right now. And you know what? The reason he could have kept that car going backwards was so he could see the traffic that was coming on, didn't loop it around and possibly collect more from the back half of the field. But let's switch the scene over and ride along with with driver 24 coming off of that corner. All right, so that's already after the fact. So let's rewind, kind of an old-fashioned way. But let's go ahead and play it from here. I said play it, not stop it. Let's play it. There we go. So 24 down on the bottom side. You see the 5 out there. And we start to see the 53 kind of come into view just a little bit. 53 tagged the wall, a little bit of net code, and that's going to send the 24 around, but I think they would have made contact either way. I'll go ahead and rewind that one more time, and we'll play this somewhat slow-mo. I said slow-mo. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of net code right there. Never actually touched them. I think they probably would have. In fact, you could see the 55, no damage on the hood of that machine. Let's see if we can actually find him right now and see what he's got. I don't think he ever touched him whatsoever. Yeah, look at the hood of this Camaro. This Toyota, no damage whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. So very, very clear net code. Nothing, unfortunately, nothing you can do about that. It's unfortunate when Uncle Netcode takes a flight into any track and wreaks havoc on everyone. All right, again, so we're going to see everybody pull on into pit road, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, come on back out, and do what they do. Kyle Heath leading the pack on in this number 13 Memory Designs. Looks like Camaro. So everybody's going to be racked and stacked back up one more time. Let's see if the 13 is able to lead them off. All right, here he is pulling out of the pits. 29 pulling in. Looks like he's passing everybody else on pit road. So, yeah, 13, he is going to be able to he'll be the control car one more time. Looks like 55 had a little bit of an issue pulling out of his pits as well. So, Kyle Heath, huh? Let's see. Kyle, where are you at? There's Kyle. Kyle right now sitting in BFR Motorsports. Let's see if maybe we can grab driver 13 right meow. Kyle Heath, it's repeat up in the booth, bud. You got that Memory Designs Camaro up front yet again. Week number 2, I get a chance to chat with you during the race. How you feeling about the race so far? It definitely seems like you've got a short run as well as a long run car.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Worked my way up to the field. Had to figure out what we got for the rest of the race because that Caleb Shelton, he's pretty strong on that short run speed. Hoping his tires hang in for the long run speed, but we'll see what happens from here on out. I'm just nervous about these restarts. They're kind of crazy.
Yeah, they have been. But one thing about the control car, that you've always got a clear advantage because you're going to be the first one to jump on that loud pedal. Caleb Shelton in that 73 Pepsi machine has also absolutely been very strong. But it seems like you've been able to fight through the most adversity. Earlier, you were in a pack of about 5 or 6 cars. You got all kinds of space on that pack and pulled yourself up to the leader. You say the 73 may be your biggest challenges. There's someone else, maybe 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, that you'll be watching for as well to see if they pull a move you did earlier and work their way up to your back bumper as the race goes on.
Yeah, Zach Neuscher, he's pretty strong, the 88 car. I'm looking forward to him being up here too. I just hope I stay up front. The air makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens here.
All right, buddy. I'll go ahead and I'll get you back down to BFR Motorsports, get you back in with Team Comms. Wish well to Aaron Bradford and Jason Adams for me. Keep the shiny side up. Car looks great as always, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it. All right, so we got old Mr. Heath back down with his teammates. And, man, he sounds a bit nervous about the 73. And as fast as that 73 has been, understandably so. Working their way through the tunnel turn right now, working their way on over to turn number 3. So earlier, I asked you, can you name the tracks that the corners of Pocono are named after? Turn 1 is modeled after Trenton Speedway. Trenton Speedway, Trenton, New Jersey. Turn 2, modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And Turn 3 is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. So there you go. And to name the profession of the guy that owned the track, he was actually a doctor right outside of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this on back over to Barney the Flagman. Pace car making that left turn towards Albuquerque. Green flag's out. Let's go. All right, so it looks like 13 is going to be able to hold off the field, really pulling low, closer and closer to the apron, trying to break the draft. 53 of Dakota Bryan right now up to P number 2. Behind him, they are side by side. Brian Huntley and Caleb Shelton, Zach Deuscher and Kyler Sigston are all side by side. Then you've got the 43 of James Sellner Jr. to bring up the top 6. And what a pack one more time. Look at 22 absolutely shoving that 73 all the way up to a stronger draft from Brian Huntley Jr. going into turn number 1, absolutely throwing it in there. 88 is Zach Deuscher all over the double deuces back bumper. 73 still getting a little bit of a shove, also a little bit of a pull off of Huntley. Look at the 13 trying to break the draft. 53 though, he has all kinds of help. Dakota Bryan up there in that Toyota, absolutely trying to pull that much longer line back up to the leader, but the leader has the clear advantage. While the 53 is fast, he's got some help, but he's also got to fight with the dirty air that's coming off the back end of Kyle Heath's number 13 Camaro. Side by side, one more time behind him. 13's got to be loving everything that he sees, because the more they run side by side, the more the guy on the inside is not able to get back in the throttle when he wants to, as you see him snake all the way down the front stretch. Boy, I thought they were going to try that and try and keep that 3 wide. Huntley was to the outside. Deuscher now 22, 73, 53. This 13 is doing a phenomenal job holding on, but I don't know whether he's pushing it or if the 53 is pushing it. 53 clearly looking for clean air to try to move on up. 23 just about knocking down the turn 2 exit wall. 88 of Deuscher throwing it low. Look at this run off of turn number 3 into the middle and the exit. Gonna really stab that throttle, try to stay to the inside. 53 is gonna be able to take it. Deuscher back to P number 3 solidly, but one hell of a power move all the way through turns 2 and 3, now into 1. And Deutscher, Kyle Heath said that he was going to have to possibly worry about him, and there you see why. (73-22) trying to pack a little bit of air on that left rear of the 73. 73 going to have to get out of the gas, otherwise would have ended up in the outside wall. And just as all that happens, 43 is also going to be able to monopolize on that issue and move on by. Broke all the momentum that the 73 had. Now under attack from the 11 KFC machine for Jim Coleman'sberger. First time we talked about the 11, and right now sitting P number 7, only down 2 spots from where he, sitting P8 rather, I should say, up 13 spots from where he started the night. So he's on the march, and he's marching the right way. Caution number 3 is out. Looks like Jacob, where is he? Looks like Jacob Delgado back in about 21st. Is going to have some kind of an issue. I'll go back once we can find out exactly what it was and see what has brought out this most recent yellow. Let's rewind this here a little bit. I don't know if he just pulled it off the track or what the issue is. Yeah, looks like he just pulled it off track. I don't see any issue all the way back through. Very, very unfortunate. When this happened, I believe he was sitting up quite a, he wasn't like tail end Charlie or anything like that. I believe he just, maybe something happened within his household and he had to go ahead and pull it off the track. See the 78 pulling to his inside. 29 letting him go, giving him the line. And here he's just going to go ahead and pull off the track. Very unfortunate. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so Kyle Heath one more time. We'll go ahead and bring everybody on down pit road. Pace car is about to pass, and then right along with everybody else to grab 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods. Go ahead and top it off with that Sunoco E15 fuel. And as you see now on the scoring pylon, 25 laps remaining here from the Pocono Mountains, Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, as it's been dubbed. Hashtag what turn 4, because there are only 3 turns here at Pocono. But you knew that already. No doubt in my mind that you knew that. All right, so the 13 was leading coming into the pits. Here he is now, already on the throttle. You see him lay a little rubber in his pit stall. Let's see who pulls out P number 2. Looks like it's going to be Zach Deutscher. All right, let's see if Zach is possibly available for a quick chat. So far, I don't see Zach. Nope, I don't see him. So how about Brian Huntley Jr.? Brian is sitting down here in BKM Motorsports. So let's go ahead and catch up with Huntley right now, and yeah, have a quick word with series owner. Brian Huntley, it's Repeat up in the booth. Bud, got a quick sec to chat?
Yes, sir.
Well, Bud, you find yourself sitting P number 3, up 13 spots, right about tied with about where you've been with quite a few other guys. James Sellner's also up 12 spots. The leader right now, Kyle Heath, he's up 14. Seems like he got a lot of speed in that DoorDash Toyota. How are you feeling about these last 23, 24 laps?
I mean, it handles good. I've been doing a lot of brake-bias adjustments, so I haven't touched it yet. It's been handling good. It just doesn't like when someone's leaning on that quarter.
Yep.
But I would say handling really good. We're going to see if we can bring her home in the top 3. The BKM team is hanging out strong. Me, Jim, Richard, Brandon, Matthew, Josh. We're all hanging out strong. We're all trying to get a good finish here tonight. We're working with them, trying to keep them occupied and try to keep their heads in the game, and we're going to try to bring the whole team home in the top 10 at least. So, but all I can say is I'm pretty happy with the 23 Toyota Camry here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now you're going to have a pretty clear advantage. The 88's going to restart on the outside of Kyle Heath. You're going to know exactly when that 13 smashes the loud pedal. How much of a fight can you put up to maybe take P2 off the restart and push Deutscher to the back?
I'm going to try my damn best, but this Toyota's been struggling a little bit on the restarts here, but as soon as it gets that pull, she comes in strong, but we're going to try our best.
All right, Brian, I'll get you back down with your BKM Motorsports teammates. As always, sir, good luck. Keep the shiny side up, and maybe we'll be talking to you later on for a podium finish.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You as well. Thank you. All right, so that was driver 23, Brian Huntley Jr., owner, operator, main admin here for the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series. Have to see how he's able to do to hold off the rest of the field and maybe, again, bring it on home for his first podium finish for this season. He'll be restarting, as I just mentioned, behind the 13 Marie Designs Camaro of Kyle Heath. Pace car is going to go ahead and pull up. That's going to hand it on over. Back to Barney up in the flag stand. There he is. Green flag's up in the air. Green flag's waving. Let's go. One more time. Coming to 21 this time by Kyle Heath, able to lead that, and there you go, 23 of Brian Huntley, able to keep that 88 behind him. 88 with the double deuce of Kyler Sixton right there as well. Zach Deutscher started P3, running P3 right now in that 88, so doing one hell of a job. Hey, caution's going to be out one more time. Looks like Randy Kocher in the back somewhere going to have a little bit of an issue. We'll have to go on back, find out exactly what happened, and catch up with Randy. Here's the 23 shutting it down, trying to save just a little bit of fuel. Must mean that a lot of these guys close on that gas. All right, let's find out what happened with Randy. Oh, looks like the 8 just threw that corner very, very deep. Let's go ahead and actually rewind that, bring it back just a little bit more. See if there was something more to it before they get to the corner. Doesn't look like it. And let's play it from here. We don't need to go that slow. Not yet, anyway. All right, there we see the 8 coming on up. Let's go ahead and flip this around. And how about we take a look at the, let's go to the right rear, nope, left rear rather. Not right rear, left rear. There we go. And we'll play it at slower speed. Just absolutely sent, no question about it. 8 car gets into the left rear of the 5. Little bit of damage there, sending the 5 on back up. No chance whatsoever. Tags the outside wall. And what do we see in the aftermath? Looks like most able to get on by. Yep, able to, everybody else able to get on by. 5's able to go ahead and grab a gear and get back up and get going. So very unfortunate. Did he tow? Not sure. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so we talked to Skylar Sigston earlier. Weren't able to get a hold of Zach Deutscher. We talked to Kyle Heath, and we talked to Brian Huntley. Looks like next we can try is, how about James Sellner? Is James Sellner available? Yes, he is. Down there in TSK Motorsports. Let's take a look. Driver 43, James Sellner Jr.
Hello.
James, repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a copy in that 43 Forever Mustang GT.
Yes, sir, Repeat. How you doing?
I'm all right, sir. Find yourself in P number 6, up 11 spots. You're going to have Skylar and Brian Huntley in front of you. Brian, now for the first time, going to go ahead and restart on the outside. How much are you paying attention to the traffic in front of you so you know when to go ahead and get those ponies roaming?
You got to really start paying attention coming out of turn 3 there to get everything, lined up and ready to go. So that way, when that green flag drops, we're on the gas.
So we're seeing that 43 looks like DC. What is it? DC shoe. What's the sponsor on the side here? I see the Hoonigan.
This is the Hoonigan car. It's off of one of the cars that is a tribute to him after he passed. So this is a tribute to Mr. Block, and that's the Forever 43 on the front. That's the monster and his DC logo on the side, as well as the Hoonigan logo on that car.
Gotcha. As I listen to the cars that are around you, I'm hearing some people completely kill the motor and then get back on it again. With this caution, if we were to go green, has this become a fuel race?
Yeah, for me, definitely, I can make it all the way. I've been clutching it the entire way around this track, so anytime under caution. So I've got plenty of fuel. Gotcha.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll get you back with your team. Just please remind me where you were, sir.
DSK Motorsports down there.
DSK Motorsports.
With my buddy Nick Terry is crew chiefing for me.
TSK, there we go. Okay, I'll get you back down right now. Man, keep the shiny side up. That car's looking bad fast. Go get him.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, so 43 is back where he needs to be. Let's go ahead and check in with Kyle Heath and see exactly what's going on here. Looks like the lights atop the pace car are out, going into turn number 1, and this has got to be a long lap for some. Others just trying to monopolize on these cautions. So we saw one car completely just pull off. We saw one caution due to a little bit of net code, but again, no doubt that there would have been contact between them. So we'll have to see what happens here. From here on out, is the aggression level peaked and everybody's just going to be on the throttle, all gimme, 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 and no give? Or what's going to happen? It's going to be interesting. So now when we talked to Brian Huntley earlier, we said that he was in a little bit of the catbird seat. You know, the 88 was on the outside. He was at a little bit of a disadvantage. Now the 23 is at the disadvantage, and Zach Deutscher on the inside. He's going to be right behind the 13 as the control car to go on up there and get going and try to get gone. Maybe those two can work together. We'll have to see. But Brian Huntley definitely in the on the outs. I mean, he's got that double deuce. He's got the 22 with Skylar Sixton right behind him. We'll have to see exactly how well that plays into his favor. All right, so one more time. Pace car is going to go ahead and pull off. You see Barney already with the green flag in hand.
Green, green, green.
Let's go racing. Oh, something must have happened to Brian Huntley's car. I'm going to guess he got a black flag on that restart and got sent down pit road. If that's the case, very, very unfortunate. I thought iRacing had actually fixed that. I guess with him having to go down pit road, not so much. Very, very unfortunate for Brian Huntley. He's got to hope for a caution. Good news is, I believe that's just a drive-through. So he just has to get down to pit road speed, drive through, and come on back out. Let's see if we can actually catch up with him right now and verify that. Yep, there you go. See, that 23 is already back underway and has not gone down a lap. So now he just needs a caution to catch back up and try to make up as much space as he possibly can. Back up front. Here we go. Double deuce of Skylar Sixton trying to catch up to the 13. 13's got a decent little gap now. 15 laps remaining here from the Pocono Mountains. Long train to coming around the bend. Who is it gonna be? And it's interesting, you make just a little bit of contact in any of these three corners, and you've really got to let out of the gas. These corners are so tight. I mean, there's nothing more that you can do, and you have to give up the time. You have to give up the spot. Otherwise, you're having to fix bent sheet metal, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You either give up the spot off of a little bit of a love tap, or you're looking at other damages. Looks like we got a wreck up front. 53, the 9, and others. A 48 is going to be involved. 53 back hard into the inside wall, and that is going to involve a few people that time by. Definitely the 53, though. Dakota Bryan, part of all that. Let's see if we can't catch up with him. All right, so... All right, so let's stop that, rewind it. Let's switch this camera around right quick and rewind this the old-fashioned way. Boy, it looks like there's a lot of contact between him and the 9 going all the way down the end of the straightaway, and we know how that plays out, but let's go ahead and roll with it. All right, we're going to stop that. We're going to play it slow-mo. So 53, 9's kind of washing up a little bit. You see him come over the seam, staying right there on the left front of the 53. 53 still trying to turn in. Nowhere to go. He's getting absolutely driven up to the wall. You see the 9 cross another seam, still coming. 53 getting sent. 9 now up over another seam. Now the 9 trying to straighten it out. He's got the 53 on the right rear. Nothing doing. 53 bounces off the outside wall and further down track. Nothing doing. No way he can stop any of that. Gets sent to the outside wall. You see the 9 going there also. 9's going to barely scrape it. 47 gonna tag the 53, and everybody trying to scramble for position not to get caught up. Unfortunately, the 48 does, and you see that right front completely damaged, breaking that toe link. All right, let's go ahead and play that out. Very, very unfortunate. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. So there you see the 53 on pit road, and it looks like a few others have come down pit road as well. Kyle Heath stayed out. Skylar Sixton, Zach Deutscher, Caleb Shelton. Back there in this 73, refusing to go anywhere. Staying right there where he needs to be and trying to capitalize and have one hell of a night. Let's see if Aaron Bradford's available to chat, shall we? He's down there at BFR Motorsports. Let's go ahead and pull Aaron up right now. Aaron Bradford, it's repeat up in the booth, but you got a copy in that 95 Wrangler Camaro.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Well, bud, you are right now the biggest mover of the race. Up 18 spots in that Camaro, looking pretty good. You're going to be restarting on the outside. We've seen the outside work for some and not work for some others. We just saw the 23 get a black flag, I believe, for getting on the throttle before the 13 of Kyle Heath that last time by, but you're not going to have to worry about that. How much can you make those Goodyears work on the outside?
I'm hoping they're going to stick pretty good, man. I'm going to be a little easy on the throttle, and hopefully if we don't spin, we'll get a good run at it.
Man, I'm really digging this black and gold or this black and yellow Wrangler colors. Man, that would have been one hell of a scheme for Senior back in the day. Was this an Austin Dillon scheme, or was this something that someone made for you?
I don't know. I'm a member of the paint group on Facebook, and I saw it come across, and I liked it, so I just grabbed it for myself, really. Man,
I tell you what, I like it as well. I might have to visit Trading Paints when it's all said and done and grab that for me, too. One hell of a scheme. You were down there in BFR Motorsports, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll get you on back down there. Man, please don't damage that scheme. Keep the shiny side up. Get a great finish, and maybe we'll be talking to you later for a podium.
All right, man. I'll try my best.
There you go. Good luck. Go get them. All right, so we got the 95 back down with BFR Motorsports inside Team Comms. Again, from Frankfort, Kentucky, up 18 spots. Clearly the biggest mover on the night so far. All right, there you see on the track map, everybody going down the Long Pond Straight and just getting into that tunnel turn, getting into turn number 2. Have to see how it all works out. When we come back to the green flag, it'll be 10 laps to go. 10 more circuits around this 2.5 mile tricky triangle. Who do y'all have out there in chat? Is it going to be Kyle Heath? Is Skylar Sixton in that double deuce going to have something to say about it? Is Zach Deutscher, who runs P3 and will restart P3, will he have any kind of a say in all this? So much can happen. Caleb Shelton out here in the 73 Pepsi machine. Kyle Heath mentioned him earlier that he was going to be strong, so we will have to see, I suppose. All right, on this restart, we'll go ahead and restart with driver 95. You see him back there sitting about, row number 3. Pace car is going to go ahead and pull off, handing it all back to Barney the flagman. There we go. Making that left turn. Green flag's up. Green flag's out. Let's go. 10 laps to go. Got a little tight there. Had to get out of the throttle. 43 is going to be able to get on by. So is the 8. Here comes the 24. That, again, is a great example of what happens when your momentum is broken. I hope he doesn't come back and call this a commentator's curse, as it looks like he's going to be able to maybe even make up a few more spots. And it looks like somebody just had to go down pit road. I'm not exactly 100% sure at who as of yet. Was it? Yeah, it was the 22 of Skylar Sixton. So I'm going to guess that that black flag rule has bit yet another driver. You're seeing him roll on through. Very unfortunate. So now he needs the same break that Brian Huntley back here in this 23 got earlier. He needs another caution. 9 laps to go to where he can rack and stack back up and try to salvage some kind of a great run, as the 37 gives that 23 a big old push going into turn number 3 all the way down to the bottom underneath the 55, still trying to dig. But up front, Aaron Bradford, here he is on the outside of that 24 all the way along the line. He's got the 51 of Justin Steves right behind him, but on his inside, you see a couple of others as well. You see the 24, as well as, I believe, the 47 of Brandon Moore. Way up high, wide, and handsome. And, man, really trying to get that outside line to work. All right, meanwhile, up front, still talking about this guy, the 13 of Kyle Heath. Caleb Shelton in that number 73. He was talked about earlier as a possible worry, and right now he's trying. You see there on the scoring pylon just a very, very, very small 1.2 seconds behind, and he gains some and then loses some, and gains some and then loses some. But it looks like the 13 definitely better through the tunnel turn. 13 trying to break the draft. Everybody from Zach Deutscher on back. Just one big cluster, one big hornet's nest that he can't do anything about. There you see the number 9 Napa Know-How machine of Cameron Smith. Richard Johns right behind. And everybody in this pack trying to dig, trying to push, trying to be pulled, and just trying to make up spots. Deutscher, you hear him downshift, get through the tunnel turn. He'll go ahead and get back on the get back into 5th here. There it is. I imagine he'll go back down one more time right here. Yep, there you go. Still all the while staying ahead of the 9. Thought for sure the 9 was going to give that 88 a little bit of a love tap. No such action. This is looking from the back end now of that Napa machine. Back to Richard Johns right now sitting in P number 5. Behind him, you see a little bit more of a hornet's nest. There you go. From Brandon Moore, as he tags the wall just a little bit. That's going to make the 24 check up, and that's going to allow Jason Adams and company to fight all the way around. All right, you see at the top of the screen, that is Kyle Heath and the lead that he's got right now over Caleb Shelton in that 73 Pepsi machine. Cameron Smith right now sitting P3 in that 9. So the man bringing that Napa know-how machine up to the front when it really matters. 5 laps to go around this triangle here, deep into Pocono Mountains, right around Blakesley, about 45 minutes east of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, right up Route 115. Again, been there, lived there for many, many years. I want to say from about 1999 to about 2009. So 10 years lived in this area. Went to many, many races. Great facility, wide open. The police are on horseback through the parking lots. All kinds of action all the way around, not only on track. In fact, the first time I was here, kind of a funny story, I was so excited to get on out there and see the cars. The first car I saw was Joe Nemechek's car, and I wasn't watching where I was stepping, and I stepped up on a concrete footer and rolled my ankle. Didn't even make it to a seat and rolled my ankle and was in pain for hours. But I stuck it out and got to see a great race. I don't remember who won, just remember it being a great race. All right, so let's catch up right now with P3, Caleb Shelton, and take a look back from him, see what he's got going on. There you see the 47 of Brandon Moore in that Bass Pro Shops machine. Again, really, really nice looking scheme, and a 73 doing everything that he possibly can, again, to carry max RPM all the way down. Hear him downshift getting into turn number 1, and that 47 absolutely closing. How about this 11 of Jim Coleman'sberger back here with the 88 of Zach Deuscher? Right now, Deuscher has control of the P5 spot. This 11, he has been slowly but surely charging his way to the front, now up 16 spots. We talked to Aaron Bradford earlier saying that he was the biggest mover. Well, Jim Coleman'sberger has now gone ahead and secured that claim to fame, and he looks like he's going to be able to complete that pass. Now set his sights on the 47 of Brandon Moore. Try to take 1 or 2 more away. I don't think he's going to have enough time. So far, this is the man everybody is chasing. Kyle Heath with a 1.2 second lead over Cameron Smith here in this Napa at number 9. 73 of Caleb Shelton still holding on to P number 3, but the 47, I think he's going to have something to say about this when it's all said and done. White flag is out. Who's it going to be? This is the view from the 47. You see the 73 get a great run, try to come around the 9, and it looks like so far that's what he's going to be able to do. You see the 9 fighting back on the outside. Now the 47 is going to go ahead and try to throw it in there. Not going to be able to make it work right there. Going to be able to get back in the throttle, shift gears, get up, get going. But so far, it looks like it's going to be all Kyle Heath as it looks like, oh, 9 going to go for a spin, but it's not going to be, there will be no caution. It will be the 13 Marie machine to come across the start stripe and win yet again here at Pocono. Yes, Symphony and Marley, I get you. Racing gods that are carrying a black flag, I'm sure. Very, very unfortunate for both of those guys. I thought I saw something earlier today, or maybe yesterday, where they had fixed the black flag error, but it seems not so much. Very unfortunate. $11 coming on up, paying a little bit of respect, saying congratulations. All right, it's all about the 13. Let's go ahead and clear the board for driver. Let's go. Nothing but a cloud there. All right, I think the 13 is going to go ahead and bring it on back to the start stripe. Grab a picture for that, the new feather in his cap. PoconoRaceway.com. Get your seats if you can. It's pretty cool how they did the doubleheader here last year. All right, ladies and gents, so that is going to go ahead and wrap up the race part. In just a moment, we're going to have Kyle Heath, Caleb Shelton, and Jim Coleman'sberger live in the booth to go over their race. Please don't nobody go nowhere. We will be right back. I absolutely promise you. All right, guys and girls, we are back, and definitely, again, big thank you to everybody that's out there on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Roku TV through the iRock TV channel. If you got a Roku TV, please search on out the logo that you see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, or if you got a Roku streaming device, please do the same thing. All kinds of content out there from POV streamers, podcasts, leagues, clubs, communities, all kinds of great content out there that you can watch for free in 4K 24/7. All right, so unfortunately, Caleb Shelton will not be able to join us in the booth for his runner-up position. So we're going to start, as always, with P number 3, Jim Coleman'sberger. You brought that 11 silently but securely up to third place. Both you and Aaron Bradford kind of tied for the biggest mover of the race. Really saw you start to pick drivers off, and the 9 had an issue. That fell into your hands. Here you are, your first podium, I believe, of the season. Walk us through this tricky triangle race of yours.
Oh, it was definitely interesting. I started in the back. I was just trying to cruise, save tires, figure out, the braking zones around everybody for a while. And then I figured after halfway is when I'd start to push it. And then I got up to, I think, 8th or 9th or maybe 7th even. And I went in the pits, and somehow, next thing I know, I spun out. So I had to redo it all over again. And then I think at the end there, when I took the last time the yellow came out, I took some tires. And that really helped me because I blasted through the field. And I was telling Kyle a little bit ago that I was working with Brandon and trying to push even Jason, and I think I should have just bailed on him because they didn't have new tires. I just tried to do it. Maybe I could have gave Kyle a little run because he had the older tires, but who knows? Kyle's really good at this stuff, so
Well, we were actually just talking before we came back on about the advantage that the leader has. Being the first one to jump on the loud pedal, the guy that's on the outside. We've seen them get 2 black flags tonight, the 22 and the 23 respectively. Meanwhile, the guy that's behind the leader also has a little bit of an advantage because he can see when the leader is jumping on it. What more did you need, or was it just tires? Did you need more time? If more time was needed, how many more laps would you have needed to really try to get on up there and battle with the 13?
probably 4 laps because it's so tough to pass. It really is. You get a run and they'll pinch you, or when you get side by side, that's when I noticed that's when you kill your tires in the corners. So because you're trying to hold it down, unless you're like some people that just let it come up, but
I get you. Very subtle. But man, congratulations on this P3. Any friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, Jim?
I'd just like to thank my wife Candace, as always, for letting me do this. She doesn't give me any hard time. She lets me race as much as I want, which is really cool of her. And of course, all my teammates over at like Brian and all them guys, Richard and Brandon, we all have a good time together. And even Kyle, man, I've raced a long time with Kyle, and this is probably the only night I'm going to get to race with him. So I'll learn the best I can from him on Sunday nights, and we'll go from there.
There you go, buddy. Congratulations one more time, and phenomenal job, dude. All right.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Kyle, this is getting to be an every week affair or so, it seems. Congratulations yet again on putting that 13 into the top 3. I believe it's win number 2 for you. And you got to be racking up these points, sir.
Yes, sir. For me, it feels like a little bit of redemption from last week, honest with you. Got an EOL, started in the back. I know I went through the field kind of quick, but I was also kind of conserving myself, and even just like Jim said, trying to figure out everybody's breaking points. And I worked my way up through the field. Had a good battle with Jim Coleman'sberger for a while there. It was tough to pass, I'll tell you that. It was fun though. But I didn't like to have the cautions fell out at the end. I was wanting at least that, I think, the second to the last caution, I was wanting that to run on out because it would have been close on fuel, but then we had those unforeseen cautions, and at that last stop, I was the leader. I was a sitting duck. I didn't know who was going to come in, who's going to stay out, because fuel position is key. So I mean, I just went ahead and just stayed out. I think the top 11 stayed out, and a lot of them guys who had tires, they was having a good run coming up through the field. But I'm glad that second and third place and fourth place was balanced pretty good behind me. That allowed me to get that stretch out.
I got to ask you. I was riding on board with you and a few other drivers throughout the race, and I heard a lot of y'all saving fuel and shifting more than once. Meanwhile, with the Gen 6 car, before these next gens came out, usually it was only shifting once if people were shifting it at all, and most of the time it was over the tunnel turn. I saw people shifting going into the tunnel turn, coming off the tunnel turn, as well as going into turn 3, and then again right about the flag stand getting back. Was it just the difference between having 4 gears and having 5, or how much play did you have to have in order to keep the RPMs up and carry a whole lot of speed around this place?
Thing is about these cars is that a lower RPM, you have a lot more torque. So if you get on the throttle too much on a higher gear, you're kind of gonna push a little bit. It's kind of tit for tat. I don't downshift at all in turns 1. The whole race I never once downshifted.
Mm-hmm.
Turns 2 and 3 I did downshift, but I always upshift early.
Gotcha. Upshift
Right,
early, carry that
yeah.
momentum. I get you. Well, man, another great race, and as you said, redemption for you after last week. It seems like having that what is it, Marie Designs paint scheme on
Marie Designs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
On the number 13 seems to maybe be a little bit of good luck because you've had one hell of a stellar season so far.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my wife's business. She's smoking hot, so this car's smoking hot.
Isn't it funny? Jim Coleman'sberger, he mentions his wife. I've got to constantly, mention mine as well. There's a few guys in different communities that I stream or broadcast for, including the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series that I will carry live tomorrow night right around 9:30. There's a guy in there that I've got to thank my smoking hot wife every single time. I'm going to start collecting pictures. I got to see the proof. No, I'm only kidding. But, man... Congratulations, Kyle. Obviously, you've thanked your wife. Any other friends, families, sponsors that you need to get out there, sir?
Yeah, my teammates. One of my teammates tonight in this series is Aaron Bradford. He did pretty well tonight. Jason Adams is in here. He did pretty well tonight. He had a little scaffold on there. I forget which lap it was. Ended up having, I think, using the fast repair. I'm not sure. I want to give a big shout out to the fans out there, everybody who's watching and everybody who likes the stream. I mean, I know that, watch a good show going on, and I do want to, if anybody out there watching, apologize for my antics last week. It was uncalled for, but, at the end of the race, I thought, it was, demolition derby time, so I figured I'd just kind of crash into one of the 2 cars I seen parked on the front stretch. I was actually still trying to finish my lap from being black flagged on that last restart.
Gotcha.
And to give a big shout out to BNR and admin over here, the league owner, Brian, for allowing us to race and using his hard-earned money to let us have fun out here.
There you go. Well, buddy, congratulations one more time. And I believe next week, I'm going to double check right now. I believe next week we are going all-star racing at North Wilkesboro. So we're going to go from a very, very fast, very tricky triangle here in the Poconos and head on down to North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, only about an hour and a half from where I actually live. You've obviously, with this win, locked into the all-star race. You looking forward to that short track, or is going to be a track of contention that you'll have to practice a little bit for?
Well, I've only been on that track 3 times since I bought it, and one time it was for another league. It was on trucks, and then I think this week is the 87s NASCAR legends are on this track.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what this car's going to hold on this track at all.
I don't imagine there could be very many NASCAR Legends cars that can fit on that track. Definitely cannot fit a full field whatsoever. All right, buddy. Congratulations one more time. Great job on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Repeat.
You got it. All right, guys and girls, definitely appreciate it. Coffee NR, thank you very much for the sub. Definitely appreciate that. Same as I mentioned earlier, Six Strang, thank you very much for the the company, and Symphonian Marley, thank you very much for coming out. Also, who I mentioned, Victory Racing. Thank you very much for the follow. Also on Twitch. So again, guys and girls, if you are out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or the iRock TV through Roku, thank you very much again for coming out, hanging out, chatting up, keeping me company. I've actually got a little bit of a teaser that I'm going to get out there. Originally, the registration for Season 6 of the iRock Challenge Series was going to be tomorrow, the 15th, but they've actually pushed that off one more week. So if you fancy yourself a great driver and you value your skills at, maybe about $100 as an entry fee to possibly win your lion's share of $1,500, this trailer is for you. And I hope to see you there starting February the 2nd on Thursday nights, right around 9 o'clock Eastern. Until next time, we'll see you then.